Hello, and welcome to Food Review UK. This is an episode of Talk Buds, where we...
Oh, actually, it's Taste Buds, isn't it? We do Talk Buds on MJC as well, but is it Food One?
Yeah.
Yeah, Taste Buds. Sorry.
Taste Buds it is then. Welcome to Taste Buds, where we shoot the shit, yeah? We do the Q&A of the food and beverage industry, yeah? Topical discussions. My name's Gossie.
My name's
Nathan.
And I've got a question, a discussion topic to propose to you both today. And this question came from friend of the channel, Matt Wright. So,
Wow, Matty R.
Yeah.
Matty Dubs.
Matty Dubs.
Matty Dubs, not Matty.
Matty. Well, no, Matty R. Because like, Matty.
Yeah. Or silent W, if it's a silent W.
It's silent Dubs.
Yeah,
It's a Dubs.
Matty Wright, thank you for this discussion point. I thought it was a really good one. It's quite simple.
Did he ask you or did he ask us? And you've just passed it on.
He asked me and some other lads, and I said, well, this is going to be a video. And he was like, I would love to see that.
Wow.
One right does make a right.
Yeah. It's very simple. What is the most amount of packets of crisps you could eat in one sitting, and what crisp would it be and why? So what do you think is the crisp you could eat the most of?
So does it have to be the same? So it has to be the same flavour of crisps.
I mean, it doesn't have to. But if you were to
do
it competitively, would you want to just keep it to one? And we're talking a standard bag of, say, 25 grams.
So not your share bags.
No.
Not a giant. I don't know what the sizes are, but not your big proper ones like that.
No.
Not even your grab bags.
No, we're talking about multi-bag packs of crisps. How many could you do in one sitting? In one go consecutively.
Now. See, I'm asking,
and why?
I'm bouncing a lot of questions off. Is the goal? I'm trying to beat the record. I'm trying to eat as much as possible.
It's quantity.
Or is the goal? How much could I eat just normally? Because I could probably
quantity.
So if I'm just sitting down for lunch and sort of I could see myself eating 3 bags. Right?
Correct.
I don't, to qualify, despite what the body says, I don't eat 3 bags of crisps.
Yeah.
But I could see myself just munching through 3 bags.
Correct, and not noticing.
Yeah. Because they're not that, especially now with all shrinkflation.
Correct.
They're getting small, aren't they?
Yeah. They are.
Like that photo, there is refraction in the bubble, and there's like bubble bath questions. It's nowhere near that, and I request that you don't.
Sorry, you're awesome, mate.
It's fractionally below average. Like, if the average is 3 inches.
Right.
What's going on?
No, I don't have a clue. So yeah, I am with you. Like, I've definitely had, like, not as normal, because it's not normal, but like, if I'm hungry, it definitely isn't unusual for me to do 2 bags back to back. And I could definitely do a third, like, as in without thinking or feeling or anything. But what is the most you could do in one?
We're talking about, listen, I'm going to just eat crisps until I can't eat no crisps.
Correct.
Right.
And what would be the best crisp to do that with?
Right.
Funnily enough, I was just thinking about this. So I would rarely / never have 1 bag of crisps and then immediately have a second bag of crisps afterwards, because I think it's really taboo. I've absolutely smashed the share bag though.
Yeah, correct.
Did 2 bags of crisps today.
Wow. So did I.
Nice and spicy knickknacks.
So did I.
Same one.
No, prawn, like the prawn
Quavers.
McCoys.
Wow.
And then a
Sizzling king prawn.
Salt and vinegar pack of McCoys. They weren't back to back, I don't think, but they were in the same day. Like, yeah.
Okay, so first of all, I'll answer your second question first, which is
interesting.
Ready sorted.
Interesting.
I think any other flavour.
Wow.
Would start now. If I'm working on one flavour. Okay, so if I'm eating one flavour, I think. Although the saltiness would I guess be an issue.
Correct.
But I think equally the flavouring on other crisps would also present its own unique problem. Like, let's take something that's quite.
Oh.
Let's take something punchy. Like
caveat.
No, this is crisps,
Yeah.
not caviar.
Brilliant. The caveat, actually, that Matt also said, and I don't think this is necessarily key to making it an interesting discussion, because I think it already is, but he said, no water, no drink.
Oh, that's a huge...
It is a caveat. It is a caveat.
That's a massive, because
Yeah.
that, for two reasons. One, that's evil, but equally, I don't know then, because
massively
I've never
changes.
tried to
Yeah.
do that.
So if that's the case, then I'm going Pom Bear, ready salted, and without water, I'm probably getting 4 down.
What?
You're talking about eat as much as you can, right?
Yeah, just four crisps.
4 bears.
Whack.
No, yeah, like 4
I'm already
bags.
in the-
Without water, 4 bags.
I'm already in love with the fact that it's Pom Bears.
And I'm in love with the fact that you're like, yeah, I could do 4 packs. I mean, I could do that
Without
normally.
water?
I can do that normally without water, without competition. I'm pretty sure. I would say general consensus is that I think we could all easily smash a 6-bag of something, but how much further do you go beyond that? Could we actually do 12 bags back to back?
Without the water or any drink whatsoever, I'm not sure whether, because obviously when you think about most eating challenges, you think about how much can you fit in your so like if someone, you know, in the past in the past I've eaten shitloads of pizza and it becomes an issue for the stomach. It becomes, I can't eat anymore.
Yeah.
My stomach's full. But if you're talking about something like crisps, which, let's face it, ready salted is obviously going to be incredibly salty the whole way through.
Yes.
But anything else you have is just going to be such a punchy. Like, how many subtle crisps flavours are there out there? There's not many. Most crisp flavours are quite big and powerful.
Yeah.
So even if you say, well, I'm not going to go for the salty one, everything else is just going to start getting real fucking boring real fucking quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So it might not be a question of how much could I eat physically from a tummy point of view. It'd be like, how much before I get sick of just eating the same thing.
I mean, I've definitely gone through a share a bag of crisps before.
Of course.
And they are, I would say, I mean, I think I even saw one before I left tonight for the purpose of this, and it was like 150 grams. So if we're saying one bag of crisps, a multi-bag crisp these days are 25 grams, let's say, or 30, or whatever, we're talking...
I don't know.
We're talking, there's what, five packets in a share bag. You can get through them quite easily.
Are you saying that's too much?
In one sitting.
Are you saying 25?
No, I'm good because I have had share bags before, like not
to yourself,
infrequently,
and it's gone. Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, I've just had a share bag. I do appreciate.
You've had a multi-pack.
Yeah, so that is
Yeah,
almost a
like, and I'm
multi-pack
not-
of crisps.
And I'm not sitting there eating my share bag of crisps
Feeling
going,
sick
oh,
afterwards,
this is
going-
healthy. This is like eating celery. Like, I'm not stupid.
No.
I knew it wasn't healthy, but
that's
It
surprising.
seems worse,
Yeah.
doesn't it, if you say 6 multi-packs
Yeah.
of crisps
And
compared to one large bag of crisps.
and after you finish that share bag, do you feel like, oh God, I cannot eat anymore, I feel sick to my... No. So you
well,
can,
no, I
we
feel
can
guilty,
go
to be honest. I do
Yeah,
feel
but
guilty.
guilt's not coming into the debate. We're talking a competitive, like, in a competitive environment. Well, not competitive, but like, if you were really pushing yourself to go as far as you could.
But I will also say that all of the share bags I've ever had, I wouldn't have had without water or drink.
I probably would have. I don't drink.
Yeah.
I
I don't
don't
think I
drink
do.
regularly enough, as I've discussed
No,
already off camera. I don't drink regularly enough that if I ate I'm not saying I definitely would. It's not like I actively choose not to, but I reckon I could get through a share bag without drinking.
Me too.
Fairly easily.
Me too.
Now, equally, if you told me to do it without drinking, my mind's going, you should drink.
Yeah.
Like, it starts becoming a little bit of a psychosomatic problem that you start thinking about and you start wanting to drink.
Yeah. You
Whereas-
develop your own issues.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I know that I can physically do it. And so we're saying that's 5 to 6 bags, 5 bags, let's say, for argument's sake. And I could do that, I wouldn't say easily, but I wouldn't say that I'm anywhere near full at that point.
No. Or I would be content, I think, after that. But if we're pushing ourselves,
Oh, yeah,
do we think we could double it?
Easy. I reckon I could do 2.
Christ.
I reckon I could do 2.
So 12 packs of crisps, we're saying then. Because we are still talking about, we're talking only numbers of multi-bag crisps. So we think we can do 12. God, it sounds like a lot,
Yeah.
but I think think
reckon
that's
that's
close
what-
to doable.
Yeah, and I reckon pushing it and trying to actually beat a record or whatever probably could do more, but at the same time, I can't. How many more I wouldn't be able to say, I don't think.
And some of these bags of crisps now in multi-packs, there's fuck all in them.
Yeah, shit all in there.
Fuck all in them. You could eat, I think even without competition, you could probably finish a bag of crisps very, very quickly, move on to the net. I don't know, yeah, I do think 12 is probably a realistic
I'm going to round
target.
it. I'm going to round it up to 15
Yeah, like that.
Wow.
Got a lot of time for that.
without any because obviously I've never done that.
Yeah.
Like I say, I reckon of a multi-pack crisp, I think the most I've ever had back to back is 2. But I have equally had a proper share bag before, which is more clearly. But I've never got to the end of that and gone, right, let's open the next one.
No.
So
exactly. Yeah.
So I don't
Imagine
know.
that.
So I don't know how far I could then go. I'm sitting there provided, I could do 15, and actually, all of that starts adding up. All that flavour, all that salt, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, fucking hell.
I think that would be the biggest issue. Would be the drinking side of it.
Yeah. I think competitively, I would get over 10. I don't know if I would get to 12. Maybe I would. I think pushing it maybe 12. What about you in terms of numbers before we then start talking about the crisp
combo.
itself?
Yeah, like I'm not going to be much higher than like 6 without water.
But
Like
the,
6.
but the share bag we're saying is 5 to 6. So almost
Never had a
lot.
share bag of Pombear, so I can't imagine it.
They would be easier though, I reckon.
Yeah.
They're lighter.
Yeah, that's why I'm picking them.
Yeah,
I can't.
but you only think you could do 6 bags of them.
6 or 7 without water. 6 or
Yeah.
7. I just can't imagine I could get through that without water.
Fair. Well, you've
See-
given us your product as well.
See, I think Pombears would be, harder, and obviously this is an opinion thing, but I think Pombears would be harder to eat than normal potato crisps. I think because
Oh,
of
mate,
because of the
you're throwing them down.
but the texture of it and everything, I think, and also I find them quite. I personally find them quite oily compared to a potato crisp, so I think that actually that would start becoming a problem. Like, just again getting sort of sick of that flavouring and that sort of texture. Like, there's no way in this competition, right? There's no way I'd be. I like onion rings, for argument's sake. There's no way I'd be wanting to eat that type of texture.
Oh God.
That much, because the inside of my mouth would be shredded to pieces.
Correct. Can you imagine tortilla chips?
Yeah, exactly.
A.K.A. razor blade.
Oh, fucking Monster Munch. Imagine doing this with exclusively.
The compacted corn on your teeth would be an extra layer of teeth.
There'd be a whole multi-pack of crisps in your teeth.
Correct.
That's very interesting you say that, because I was going to suggest that perhaps the easiest for me would maybe be Watsits.
Oh.
Because they're so light, and I could just they're not even my favourite
Oh.
crisp, but they would go down.
I've got it.
Fingers.
Go on.
Skips.
So
They would just melt. You wouldn't even have to swallow them. They just
Interesting.
disappear on your tongue.
because I considered skips, but I don't.
I don't like them enough.
Yeah, and I do think you've got to marry up the two. You've got to love the crisp you're
Yeah.
But
doing
I
this with.
sort of feel like, as a challenge, they'd arguably be easier. I just can't see myself.
Quavers?
I can't see myself getting full of
Well,
skips.
Quavers is Pombear basically. Isn't it?
No, it's a good point. Discos?
No, they don't do these in multi-packs, obviously, but what about Pringles?
I wouldn't mind where I did it.
Brilliant.
What about Pringles? Like, imagine
No.
they did a multi-pack of Pringles.
Ah, no. So
Don't think I
salty.
could actually. Yeah, too salty.
Yeah.
I wonder whether me thinking about the crisp it is, like thinking, oh, skips, Watsits, whatever, whether maybe I should then, whether I would be better off going for just a crisp I love and find very Moorish, i.e. a tortilla chip, like a Dorito. Because
Gonna kill you.
they are the sort of crisp where if you had a bowl there, I would eat them all night. And I think if you gave me a massive bowl with 12 bags of them in and just popped it there at the beginning of the night, I'd like to think I would be able
I think
to
I
have
need
got
to
rid of the
see
lot.
what this looks like. I think I need to see a bowl of 12 multi-pack crisps.
That's a future video.
Yeah.
That's an entire Frat Buddies evening.
I'm gonna narrow it down then and just it is gonna be ready salted. It's probably gonna be Walker's ready salted crisps, right?
Wow.
Wow, I still think that's mad.
As much as I like,
salty.
as much as I prefer, say kettle chips or something like that. Generally, I think for something like this, I think the texture would be a bit too hard and crunchy and crispy, and I think I would want something like Walker's, which is a little bit more just brittle. Just I think texturally it would just be a little. Yeah, it's a big payoff to go. The salt would be a big problem, but I just feel like if I go for a flavouring, I feel that would I'd start getting sick of the flavouring.
I think I could plough through Walker's cheese and onion as well. Like they're going out of fashion.
I don't know. I just think you'd get bored of it. I just think it would start getting a bit.
Said the man with his 15 bags of ready salted Walkers.
But salt. But salt is a basic flavouring, right?
You're a basic flavouring. Criticise my choice.
No, because I'm having fucking salt.
I know, but still.
What I mean is, it's essentially a prime. If you think of it in flavouring, it's almost like a prime flavour.
What comes next day?
Like a prime.
Yeah.
Like a prime number, or primary colour. It's a primary flavouring.
I got you, Gen Z. I know you failed your GCSEs. You don't know what a prime number is. It's what they've got on the TV and in the Amazon, innit? Yeah. Stupid children.
You alright, Michael? Do you want to stop the conversation? You're going a bit weird.
No, sorry. Carry on.
No.
Not as weird as he went earlier.
Well.
So you're saying ready salted Walkers, 15 bags. You're saying Pom Bears, 6 bags.
Well, capping out at 7.
7.
Oh, I think you've massively underestimated yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think 7 is almost pitiful. I think I would look back at you as I'm carrying on eating my Walker's crisp, looking back and going, you shouldn't have even been in the competition.
Embarrassment.
But as I say, aim for the stars, shoot for the
You know, like the guy who was in the Olympics a few years ago, the swimmer, who I think he might have been from an African country or something, and he was like so far, like he was so much slower than everyone else, and it was almost like he shouldn't even be at this. He shouldn't even be at the Olympics because he was that much worse than the rest of them. I think that would be me as I'm cracking onto my 9th bag, still going strong, looking back as you're crumbling over.
Adam Natey.
Yeah. Swimming, Michael Jameson.
Athlete.
Correct.
Wow.
Wow. But Michael Jameson was obviously very good at swimming.
Yeah. Whereas this one's very bad at eating crisps.
Yeah. I'm going for, and I've thought about the different ones as well, like Frazzles, Chipstick, like the.
Frazzles would be offensive.
But I just think they would be hard, wouldn't they, to do that many
Oh God,
of?
massively.
As
strong
glorious they
flavour.
are. Could I do 2 massive bags? Let's say equaling 10 bags of Doritos Chili Heatwave. I would confidently say I think yes. I love them. I could polish off. I think I could polish off 2 bags in one, 2 big share bags. So
Jesus.
by virtue of that, I think I could do 10 bags of Chili Heatwave. Do I think that's my best bet? Very possibly. But Walker's cheese and onion and would be, I think, by your logic of having a lighter crisp, that would be it. But I did think a Maize Snap, like what's this, and how easily they go down. I thought that might be a good route. But you guys have sort of talked me out of it.
Yeah.
Your mouth would not be worth talking about ever again.
Don't you talk about my
It would be like you've eaten Freddy Krueger. It'd be like Freddy Krueger and Wolverine had a little dance battle in there because it would just be nothing. It'd be just shredded.
Freddy got cheese fingers.
Very good.
Got fingered.
I'm gonna say, because I want to.
I reckon I'm underplaying it. I reckon I could go further than 15.
You're a joke, mate.
The reason I'm saying this, right? I have had big bags, and I can tell you for a fact by the end of that, certainly from a taste point of view, I'm not going. I'm starting to get a bit sick of this. So I'm thinking another bag wouldn't. That side of life, I'd still be able to keep going. So then we're back to stomach time. So
Fucking hell.
we're back to tummy time. Can my tummy take more?
Tummy troubles.
I'm thinking I could go probably 20.
What?
Yeah,
Whoa.
you're a dickhead, mate. They're just calling you a liar now. If they're not, I am.
20 bags of crisps.
And the sad thing is,
Back to back.
the sad thing is, again, despite the body, I'm not going to do this because that is an insane amount to try and do. So we'll never know. I could do a million. Video in for you.
That's content.
But so what we're saying, 20 would be 4.
You can't do that back to back. That's insane, Nathan.
You're a dickhead.
Fucking share that for you. I don't know. I'm ruling that out. I'm saying no.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
But I am saying I could do 2
without water.
and I'm actually saying chili heatwave as well because I could nom them. Like
I reckon
they would be going down. So I think I'm gonna say. Well, I'm thinking 10 to 12. So obviously, for the sake of Billy Big Spuds, Spuds potato crisps, lol. I'm going to be Billy Big Spuds and go top end of that, and I'm going to say I could do 12 bags of chili heatwave back to back.
What would be? I reckon. Certainly from a flavouring point of view, that would probably be my next best choice. But again, the Dorito chips would become its own issue. One quick question, just one flavour. What would be your worst choice?
Oh, great shout.
That someone's then gone, right, you've got to try and match that again, and I'll give you £1 million or something ridiculous like that. But you have to eat this. Let's not worry about what type of crisp it is. Let's just talk about a flavour. What would be the flavour that you'd be? I'll bounce it. It'd be like nacho cheese.
I was just
or
thinking
what's
that.
it? Whatever. It's the same for what's
sour cream and chive crisp
God.
would be very hard
God.
to do.
I'm struggling to do one chip. I don't like the flavour, but
I'm thinking of sour
Rich.
cream and chive.
Oh, grimmers.
That would probably be second choice. Yeah, that's rough.
What would be your roughest then?
My what?
What would be your roughest then, if that's second?
Yeah, the worst would probably be nacho cheese.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Or
Intense.
whatever that intense cheese is,
Yeah.
like, or what's it that it's too much. I could do cheese and onion would probably be around mid-range.
Ooh.
But
Yes, but so Walker's cheese and onion, I don't think I'd have any problem with. I think I'd almost go 12 bags with that. But 12 rounds. Could I go 12 rounds with the cheese and onion? Yes, I think I could. Walker's, but a Kettle's matured cheddar and onion type thing.
Oh God.
Now that would be too rich for my blood.
yeah, that's rank. What would be yours? Just anything with flavour.
Worst. Yeah,
Yeah.
just vinegar. Just because it's intense
Oh,
and
salt
sour.
and vinegar.
It'd kill you. Without water, you wouldn't be able to get one down.
True. I love salt and vinegar crisps, but they'd be very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
acid.
hard.
The acid build-up would be mad.
That would be quite low, even though it's one of my favourite flavours.
Correct.
Just because of
For difficulty.
Yeah.
How quickly that would dry your mouth out.
I can't wait to ask the rest of the group this later.
Correct.
great.
And I want to put it to the comments as well. What crisp would you choose and how many bags could you do? Please let us know. Thank you for listening.
And thank you, Matty.
Thank you, Matty.
That is Matty.
Yeah, Matty Right.
Fingers. I just call them fingers.
Matty Right. Matty
Take
Right.
the W.
Thank you for that, Matty, because that was a
Cracking.
very, very good question.
Yeah, very strong.
Give us more. In fact, an additional comment down below, just suggestions for future taste buds.
Correct.
It's preferably something like this, like some sort of fun hypothetical.
Correct.
Not, what's your favourite roast potato oil? Let's not do that.
Correct. Bye.